welcome to the March 27th edition of Bridget's Broadcast, brought to you by Lysol. Kills 99.9% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. Get you some today. All right, moving on to the notes and information that I have for you today. I've posted Bridget's Broadcast PDF along with the video version of the broadcast, but I just wanted to hit a couple of the points of the broadcast. We've gone through a week of distance learning, and I don't know about you, but I've learned quite a bit. I've learned new tools, new terms. I've learned through a lot of trial and error, but I've learned a lot about how we need to set boundaries for what we're doing here in this new environment. I've heard from you all, and the district has heard from us on the administrative level, and concerns about how much time it's taking to do all of the things that you are doing, and you all are doing a phenomenal job at it. So I want you to know that we are scaling back on a number of things, and I'll highlight those as we go through the broadcast here today. So for friendship, we'll start with friendship news. We want to make sure that we're staying connected as much as possible, socially distancing ourselves, but making sure we're still staying connected, especially as we go through our shelter in place. So if you have anything that you want to communicate to the staff, please share it. As far as good news or any concerns that you're having, please share that with Career Center Fellowship friends, and that's Laura Piner and Catherine Michelle. If you need anything from us, that's something that we won't communicate to the staff, but if there's a need that you have that you want to share with us, please let us know. We want to provide resources for those of you all who may need something. We don't want you to go without. So reach out to Laura or Catherine Michelle, and we'll make sure that we're there for you. We'll all be working from home for the next 2 or 3 weeks until April 16th. The building will be closed. There will be no entry for staff. There are only essential personnel. That would be the administrative staff and Kenny Myers. So anybody else, you are required to stay at home. While you're working from home, make sure that you're filling out the form. The form is attached to Bridget's Broadcast PDF, or it's linked in Bridget's Broadcast PDF, and you can fill that out, just stating your intentions for the upcoming week. One of the pieces that we heard from you is that some of this stuff is redundant, and some of it is just added work. So we are taking away that the form for certified staff, where you have to fill in your tasks that you performed for the week, so that if you've already done that for this week, the link is still there for you to upload your PDF. I don't want you to have done that stuff in vain, so you can go ahead and upload that, upload your PDF to that link. However, after this week, that link, or that piece of the link, will disappear. Okay, so you will not have to fill out the form for certified staff. You will not have to do that moving forward. We heard you, and we want to take some of that off of your plate. A few of you have reached out about connecting with kids. Make sure you are doing that in a responsible way. We are setting up Microsoft Teams so that we can connect virtually. Those of you who want to phone your students, and you're concerned about sharing your personal line, you don't have to do that. There are options for you out there. You can *67 your number. That way that blocks your number. I will admit, I'm one of those people who don't answer block calls, so you may or may not be able to connect with your folks. So you could instead use Google Voice. Google Voice is a free program that you can set up your phone, and it'll ring directly to your phone, but using a different number. So when you call out from your phone through the Google Voice app, then it will show up on the other end as the Google Voice number as opposed to your personal number. That creates a two-way form of communication so that parents or students can then reach back out to you. It also provides voicemail using that number, so it's a great option if you're trying to connect with your students. Mentioning, as we're working at home, if your password is set to expire here shortly, I'm sure mine will want to be reset here shortly. So when you need to do that, typically what you'd have to do is come into the building to do that. Obviously you won't be able to, so you'll just need to go ahead and call the technology help desk, and they'll reset your password for you and walk you through that process. You would also call the technology help desk if you start to experiencing any hardware issues. That means your laptop is starting to malfunction, your battery's malfunctioning, some things of that nature. You can obviously call Jay and he'll troubleshoot with you initially, but ultimately if that won't work, then you'll call that same number for the help desk, and they will either troubleshoot with you or replace the laptop, and they'll give you directions for that replacement. Alrighty, I met with a bunch of PLTs this week. Sorry if I didn't get into your meeting. I will definitely get into your meeting this upcoming week. The administrative staff will be on a rotation, so that we'll be sure to hit all the PLT meetings, but maybe not personally hit all of them each week. So we do want to be there for you all. So I enjoyed being in the PLT meetings and hearing your concerns and things of that nature, so that I can share on or answer any of those if possible. I met with the EC team. And they wanted you to know that they're there to support you and your students as well. They've created a helpful document, and I linked it to the PDF version of Bridget's broadcast, so that you can look at the tools and resources that they have compiled together that would assist you in working with your students to differentiate and provide modifications. They ask that you contact them in advance when you're giving any type of test, so that they can connect with their students and make sure that the modifications are in place for testing while at home. Beth Hinton is doing a lot of work to bring together a lot of resources as well, so please go visit her PowerSchool Learning page and look at all of the stuff that she's been able to compile together for us. And make sure as well, if you're finding some cool and neat things, share those with her so that she can post it for all of us to see. And if you have some great lessons that you've given out to your students, or any great student assignments that have come back, please share that with her as well. We're going to start our social media blast as soon as some of this stuff is calmed down. We want to go ahead and get out there in the universe and show them that we're doing some great things here at Career Center. So if you're following me with your broadcast PDF, you'll see we'll go through the calendar. On Monday, it is a teacher work day, so you are allowed to do some type of development. I will not have anything planned for you, so you can do some planning, but you do not have, you should not have any instruction for your students. So don't post anything for your students, and don't expect any student submissions on Monday. That is a total teacher work day. It's a planning day for you, and I'm going to let that be your day. Now, technically, all of the same things apply for a teacher work day, so if you want to take leave or something of that nature, but I'm telling you that this is your day to plan at your home, so use that day to plan. And to attend any webinars if you feel the need to do so. Anytime you want to get any credit, make sure if you're attending any webinars or things of that nature, you let me know so that I can submit that so that you can get CEUs possibly. Scrolling on down, Wednesday, again, we heard from you. There are lots of things. I understand that departments are meeting with you, and we expressed to folks above us that we're meeting a lot. And so we've been given the okay to cut back on some of our meetings, so we will not have our virtual staff meeting this week, so you can cancel that from your calendar plans. The only meeting that you'll have for this school, the only scheduled meeting that you'll have for Career Center next week will be your PLT meetings on Thursday, and you'll see that you see the time schedule down below there. For 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m. So please adhere to those schedules for your PLTs, and we'll be, like I mentioned, administration will be in there to support you. I appreciate you all. I don't know if I've said it before or if I've said it enough, but I really do appreciate all of the effort. I appreciate all of the communication that you've shared with me. Those of you who have connected with me via email, via Remind, text messages, phone calls, keep them coming. It doesn't matter to me what time that you call or email me. I'll be sure to get back to you. I say that, but I also know that you need to set boundaries. Many of you have communicated that you're spending loads of man hours on doing what you're doing, and I want you to know that you can scale back. Set boundaries. Your students, I've said this before to a few of you, but your students are working on a second shift and a third shift time period, and you should not be. You've set your hours, and you should stick by those hours. Feel comfortable in telling your kids that after such and such time in the evening, I won't respond, but I will get back to you the following day, and that's totally okay. Seek feedback from your kids. I know that they're experiencing a lot of difficulties at home with connecting, with getting assignments done and things of that nature. So connect with your kids, seek feedback from them, and see if there's anything that you can do to lighten the load, and that will hopefully lighten the load on you. I don't want you to be working way too much. This is not the expectation. And I want you to know you are doing a wonderful job, so feel free to scale back. Have high expectations for your students and for yourselves and for the work that you give out to them and the work that they turn back in, but make sure that it is not an overwhelming amount of work for you on the back end as well, okay? Again, you are appreciated. If you need me, reach out to me. I'm here for you. Again, this broadcast is brought to you by Lysol. Y'all have a great weekend, and I will see you soon.